Welcome to Gamers Platform. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Adam Wolf from Gamers Platform, and in a very, very surprising move, I just found out about this morning when I woke up. Square Enix has released a benchmarking tool for Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition. I'm just blown away. This is unbelievable. I'm so excited. As a computer nerd who loves to benchmark and, look at performance numbers and everything, this is insane because Final Fantasy 15 comes out in March. March? April. March. I don't know. I've already lost track of the... It said about 4 weeks, and I assume that means about March. And so if you are at all interested in getting the Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition, you can benchmark your computer right now to see what it is capable of when it comes to this game. And if you know what this game looks like, it is one of the most gorgeous looking games. I mean, it's Square Enix quality, if you know what this game is. And I feel like there's going to be some rigs that struggle, especially mine. So, we're going to have to definitely... I'm going to be running the benchmark right here in this video, but I wanted to show you guys this little page right here, and I'll leave a link to this page down in the description. And then they just go on explaining what this benchmark actually entails. So it's got native 4K and of course HDR10 support. All this they've mentioned already. However, there are some caveats. You need an OS you need an OS with Windows 10 Creator Update or later, and a compatible monitor to use HDR. Obviously, it's got NVIDIA GameWorks installed, so this application allows you to check your PC's compatibility with the latest graphical effects provided by NVIDIA. Excuse me. They tell you how to download and install the benchmark, what to do exactly, basically step-by-step instructions. So in case you don't know how to install a benchmark, this is how you do it. Here are the requirements. Okay, you need Microsoft's .NET Framework 4.6. If you do not have it, it will ask you to download it so that you have it. Because it's required. You have to have it. Okay, and then here's the layout. As you can see, they show you what the little window looks like and what each of these things does. It's very straightforward. All you guys really need to worry about are these options over here. You've got the quality of the game, so whatever quality they have, they got those listed down here: light, standard, and high. Then you've got the resolution and the screen type or the window type. And it looks as though you've got windowed or full screen. Obviously, I'll be running mine in full screen, and hopefully OBS won't stutter like a mother. But if it does, then I'll have to redo this. And I don't like redoing stuff. And so here's a little something that you can see. This is where it's going to run through a few scenes that they've set up for this benchmark in particular. Your score will be down here, and it'll show you what your settings are above that score. And then you'll have a results screen down here once the benchmark is done, and you can actually check your results compared to other users, which is great. We like to compare ourselves to each other. Why not just let us do it, right? So we're going to actually go right into the benchmark. So I'm actually going to, of course, do 1080p. I'm going to boost it to high quality right off the bat. We're going to go full screen, and we're going to see how well this rig can run this game. So here we go. This is the first time I've run this, so this will be interesting. Ooh, I'm excited. Ooh, Ansel's being activated. Freaking NVIDIA stuff, right? I may just cut from here to the start of the benchmark, so sit tight. Oh, never mind. Oh, Yes? No? What are we looking at here? Hey. I don't know if there's any sound to this. And there is.
You're good. You're
So
good.
I'm gonna
You're good.
turn down my speakers so it doesn't come through. Whoa! Oh!
Y'all take care.
Of course they gotta have Cindy as the center point. Oh, let me get this out of the way. Sorry about that.
You bet. Let's hit it.
I'm gonna have to run the benchmark again because that was silly. Had a little bit of a glitch. All right, so now keep in mind, of course, the resolution is at 1080p and the graphics are on high. I don't know if now this isn't specifically mentioned if this is the highest that it can go with the graphics. It's just they have 3 settings: light, standard, and high, and I want to push my system to see what it's capable of. As of right now, this is not looking like a smooth 60, so that's definitely for sure. Of course, I'm going to have to run the benchmark a few times on my system to find out what my system is capable of. As of right now, high is looking like it's playable for sure. Absolutely. If I cap the frame rate at 30, it's absolutely playable. But I mean, 60 FPS is what we're looking for, right? You know, so definitely going to want to, run it a few times to see which settings are good for my computer.
Let's go.
Now, I do have this game on on PS4. I have played it quite a bit. Not a lot. Oop, there's a stutter. Not a lot, and I haven't finished it yet. Just that's basically my life, playing Final Fantasy games and not finishing them. I mean, here I am boasting about how I have, not boasting, but like I'm letting you guys know I have Final Fantasy 12. I have the original game on PlayStation 2. I bought it on PS4 and I just purchased it yesterday on PC. I have it. I've never finished it, not once. So, you know, I've played a good majority of it. I just never finished it. Look at the reflections on the water. That is so buggy. I think they need to tweak the benchmark to a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, the frame rate has gone up. It is not a solid 60, I can tell you that right now, but it is higher than what it was a second ago. Those reflections are messy. Now, we have to assume that this is definitely based on an early build of the game. They still have it a whole month to tweak it and refine the game. So definitely expecting some of these things to be ironed out. Luckily, this is the new age, so even if they're not ironed out, they can patch it in later, which, you know, we don't want. We want the game to work right off the bat, but it's... Oh, boy. Hopefully they get it right the first time, and it's Square Enix. Those guys, they're very close to... You know, and people might actually disagree with me on this statement, but I fully believe this. After being a fan of theirs for many, many years, they've made some mistakes. This is for sure. Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 was definitely one of the biggest. But if Square Enix is nothing else if not perfect, like they strive for perfection, I should say. They're obviously not perfect, but that's their quality, that's their caliber, their pedigree. Square Enix always strives to be the best, just like who was it recently? Like I feel like just does the best that they can. See, I don't even know who that is. Whoa. Oh, it's Shiva. This is nuts. I've never seen this. Is what I'm talking about. This is why I need to play this game. Because I don't even remember. I don't know this yet. I didn't know you could do this. That's nuts. Oh, Naughty Dog. They also are like a company that strive to be the best of the best, and they do nothing less than perfection. Also, Rockstar. That's who I was thinking of. Rockstar. They don't release their games. They've even stated they don't release it until it's finished. And I applaud that. I applaud any developer who stands up against their publisher and says, "No, we're gonna finish the game. If you want money, you're gonna let us finish the game." And that takes balls, dude, because you're basically telling your publisher to F off and wait until the product's done. And I love companies who do that. And Square Enix, being that it is its own publisher, they can take all the time they need. You know, coming out with all these different versions of the game is not an easy task, and making sure that they all work decently enough is certainly a challenge in itself, you know. And I'm sure I'm sure they came out with a patch for the Xbox One X, but I am not sure. If they did, I'm gonna have to look it up and research that, and maybe try to try and match those settings, as I like to do. The food in this game looks so real. I wonder if they use photogrammetry for that stuff, because it really does. What? My score stopped. Okay, so it says standard. Am I to assume that it's basically telling me, hey, you should probably, it's like recommending, hey, run this on standard. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, they're basically saying. Okay, so my score was 4331. That's with a Ryzen 7 1700 base clock. Okay, now if I overclock it, maybe I might get a little bit higher. And recently I've also attempted to overclock my GPU, but it really didn't yield a lot of results since it comes out of the box overclocked anyway. And they're recommending that I go to the standard performance. So if I switch this from high quality to standard, I should see a much higher score, and that would yield better results in terms of gameplay for me. Now, not saying that I can't play it on this. Okay, so as you see, 4331 is my score. They actually give you a list down here of what you can expect per score. So I'm in this range right here, 3,000 to 4499, standard level. So a standard level of performance can be expected. If I was to change that to standard, so that's not actually what I said just a second ago, where it's telling me, hey, you should play on standard. It's not. It's talking about this. So if I was to change from high quality to standard quality, I could probably see numbers within here. So it's fairly high, maybe even up to high. I would probably say high is probably where it might be, because I mean, a 1060, even though it's not super powerful, I mean, if I drop it down to standard, I feel like I'd be able to play the game without too many problems on standard graphics. Now, with Final Fantasy XII recently being released on Steam, I'm really hoping that they give the amount of options that that game has to be able to tweak the graphic settings enough to get it to just the right performance. You know, get rid of the stuff that, you know, turn off the graphics options that really don't add all that much and kind of take away, you know, some performance, and so on and so forth. I'm really hoping that they actually, as they said in their announcement video for this benchmark, that they are focused on giving us the best PC version of this game possible. They said it was built from the ground up. And I know companies can say a lot of things, but I'm just saying that that's what they said. They said it's built from the ground up for PC gamers, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that that's actually the case. But that's the benchmark. Again, I'm going to leave a link in the description so that you guys can download it yourselves and see if it's possible for you to play the game on, high quality or standard or light. If you have anything that is like, I'm going to say probably a 1070 or above, you're probably fine. But those of us who are using the 1060 and could only afford the 1060 when it was affordable, this is the score you're probably going to be looking at when you try to play on high quality. Again, I'm going to bench it again at standard and light and see where my scores land, but that's just my own curiosity. Give it a try for yourselves and see what you guys come up with. And of course, you know, check your score against other people. You know, you can just bring this up. It's already translated. And you can see that we are looking. There's a lot of cards ahead of mine. There's mine right there. There's a GTX 1060. It says that's light quality at 720. Okay, so we've got the benchmarks for 720. We got the all 720. So if I was to play this at 720, my 1060 6 gig would land in 6,000 range, which is quite a decent quite a decent score. But they've got 1080p light quality, so if I was to run this, I should be expecting a score of 6576. Now, what did I say? Yeah, right here. So I was actually right. You know, if I went down to light, I did say if I went to standard, maybe that I would end up here, but it looks like maybe, I don't know. Let's take a look. I don't know how to switch tabs. I'm such a loser. So if I went to standard quality, I could probably expect about 5463, give or take. Again, I think that all depends on, you know, maybe your CPU as well. So we're going to land in fairly high. But yeah, that all depends on overclocking and stuff like that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're excited like I am. And if you have any comments at all, leave them down in the comments section. Let me know what you think about this benchmarking tool. Do you think it's quite a big move for Square Enix, being that in the most recent past with their releases on PC that they haven't been necessarily great up to this point? Do you think that this is a really big move to show that they care about the PC community, or do you just not care? And if you're watching this on Twitch, don't forget to follow the channel. I go live on Saturdays and Sundays, 12 to 6 Eastern Time, 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you're looking for a brand new streamer to watch on the weekends while you do your taxes, I'm your guy. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give it a thumbs up if you like the video, a thumbs down if you just don't care about benchmarking. And check the links in the video descriptions below. Especially the one for Extra Life. It's a new year. That means we've got a new campaign going, so we're trying to raise $200 for children's charity. If you can't give, don't worry. That's $200 I know we can reach once again. But if you can give, don't hesitate to donate. Until next time, guys, I'm Adam Wolf. This was a very unexpected treat, and I will see you guys in the next video.